Have you ever wondered why some accounts on Twitter grow so fast? It's usually because they post great content. But think about yourself. You post great content too, but your account growth is stagnant. So what can you do to increase your follower size really quickly? Well, today we're going to be talking about optimizing your Twitter profile so that you can attract the right followers and you can start monetizing your Twitter account really quickly. So first, who am I? This beautiful man that you see here, it's me, Jose Rosado. I built a very successful digital product business and I've made money with social media and I've helped hundreds of people to jumpstart their online businesses using Twitter, Instagram, and social media in general. So what are we going to be talking today? For starters, we're going to talk about why to optimize your Twitter profile. Then we're going to talk about the elements of a Twitter profile. After that, the 4 steps to optimize your profile. Next, the examples of great profiles. And finally, how to design your Twitter header. So let's get started. Why should you optimize your profile? First of all, your profile needs to be RAD. And RAD is just an acronym for Recognizable, Authority Builder, and Repel Doubtful Followers. The reason I talk about RAD is because I want people to see your account and follow you quickly by giving them something recognizable like your profile photo and adding some kind of authority builder in your biography that also repels the doubtful haters. You'll get more followers overnight, basically. So here's our almost perfect profile. And I'll tell you why this profile is not perfect in a moment. But first, let's talk about the elements of a Twitter profile. For starters, we have the profile photo. As you can see here, Oliver is showcasing his physique. And because of it, it's more or less obvious that he is a health expert, a fitness coach. To add more to that niche, we have that in his name, he added health and performance coach. So it's just obvious what Oliver does. Then we have the biography. And as you can see, Oliver is doubling down on the coaching part because he wants to get coaching clients, right? Then we have the header where he showcases the name of his company, followed by the call to action. Watch my free case study, which directs people where? To this clickable URL. So why is Oliver's profile not perfect? The handle. The handle is one of the most important things in your Twitter account and profile. The handle is, in this case, is @RoAnwar. In this case, it means nothing, right? It's just a nickname. Maybe another Oliver Anwar out there that already has the @OliverAnwar and he just couldn't get access to that handle. So if that's your case, use something else, something that's related to what you do. All that said, let's talk about the 4 steps to optimize your Twitter profile to gain attention and get the right people to follow you. Step 1. Change your biography. This is your real estate. It's where you describe what you do and how you be of service to your followers. Here you describe who is your audience. Name them, name drop them. Then you establish what are your themes, the content buckets, the ideas, the industry to which you belong. And finally, the CTA, the call to action, a link to your website or newsletter or booking form. And here are some simple formulas to craft your biography. It's really simple. I help niche to get desired outcome with tool. The example is I help agencies and freelancers generate leads with cold email. Or how about this one? I tweet about skill tool to help you get this desired outcome. Screenshot this, take a photo if you must. Or a third example, I show you how to desired outcome. Screenshot this and take notes, okay? Let's go to step 2. Change your profile photo. Here are the do's. Illustrations of yourself, recognizable image, well-lit portrait of yourself. That one is the key, the well-lit portrait of yourself. If you're struggling to come up with a really good picture of yourself, go outside at 4 or 5 p.m. This is the time that we call the golden hours because the photos are just amazing because of the sun is just very, very low in the horizon. So it creates a beautiful shade in your face. It just makes the photos much more compelling because of the shadows that are rendered at this time. So go outside at 4 or 5 p.m. and take a photo of yourself like that, a really good selfie. So here are the don'ts for your profile photo. Do not post group photos because then nobody knows who you are in that photo, right? Also, don't upload profile photos at your worst occasion, okay? So always use the best image that you can. And finally, don't use low quality images. Go outside 4 or 5 p.m. and take a beautiful selfie at the golden hours. So here are some examples of some profile photos. Take a look at the first two. They're great, right? You can see their faces and they are recognizable. In the case of Tony, the first one, the colors are recognizable. And in the case of George, you have the bucket hat, which I believe is the name of that kind of hat, and you have the eyewear, right? Now, let's talk about Alvaro and the other people. Well, in Alvaro's case, it's recognizable, but I don't know his face. I've never seen his face, although he follows me, and I believe I also follow him. And the other two cases, Deira, it's a little bit too far away, so I can't see her face. And in the case of Trong, who has like 400,000 followers, obviously I know who he is there because there's like a kid and him, right? But when you're scrolling through Twitter, you won't recognize his face if you don't zoom in or you actually go into his profile and check it out. That said, his content is like extremely good. So what about these examples? The first one, we have Irene. That's not her. I've seen her face. That's one of the characters of one of these famous movies. I forgot the name. So I would take caution on that. Now, in the case of Brittany, you can see her face. She is using a very well-produced photo and it's extremely recognizable. In the case of Chen and Dakota, well, Dakota wins the cake here. He's showing his face, well lit. In the case of Chen, he's just using some kind of avatar from a movie, right? So let's move on to step 3. Pimp your Twitter header. To get started, the first thing is that you need to ask yourself, like, does this align with the story that you want to tell? Do the things that you want to include in your Twitter header align with that? Or what do you want other people to know you for? You could add some of these ideas on your Twitter headers. Or how about what else do you do? If you want to give more context and there's not enough space in your bio because there's a limit to how many characters you can add to your biography, you can add some of these stuff into your Twitter header. Or, you could have some fun and just put some weird ass header. It's Twitter after all, right? So here are some examples of very great profiles and headers and biographies in general. Here's Zach. It's obvious what he does. He sells products, but what kind of products? Well, we can find in his biography. Learn how to resell discontinued products from your locally owned stores. And you can see a beautiful photo of the different products that you can sell. You can turn old products into new products. Very catchy, very visual, and he's also using a well-lit photo for his profile photo. So how about Jay? Well, the header is beautiful. It's beautiful, and he uses these images across his websites and other resources. He also tells people what he does. He helps people become professional creators, and he talks about what he funded and the podcast that he created and a Twitter hashtag that he also created to encourage people to tweet for at least 100 days to grow an audience. So well-created profile. Or how about Doug's profile? He is instantly telling you what he achieved. He has sold over $100 million with his copy, and he has done so for years and eons. For what I understand, he's one of the OGs of copywriting. There he tells you exactly what he does. He coaches people on how to learn copywriting, emails, funnels, landing pages, and video sales letter. He has a quick call to action, let's get rich, and then a link tree. So it's a great profile. But how about Dakota's? Well, I like the concept. That said, it's a little bit hard to understand. Back when he had this profile, he used to call himself Dakota Wrongs to Right. And if you think about it, his header tried to tell that story. The first icon, wrong. Then the second icon is like a direction mark, 2. And then the third icon is a pencil, right. That said, it's too wise and you have to actually think to see it, okay? But that said, his bio is great. He teaches you how to write and psychology, using psychology to write better. He also has a call to action and great. Despite the interesting header, everything else is great. So now it's time to create your header. I want you to keep this simple. So go to canva.com, open an account, it's free, and use their templates. It's 100% free. And if you don't know how to use Canva, I'm going to show you right now. So here's a quick crash course on Canva. So this is how you design a new Twitter header inside Canva. You put your mouse on the Create a Design button, you click it, and then you write Twitter header. Let's just wait for Canva to load the options, and we click the Twitter header option. Let's wait for the page to load, and once it loads, you'll see that in the left navigation bar, we have multiple free templates that we could use. We can even filter through them and choose different languages and different colors. Let's choose green and let's see what it offers to me. Okay, it's not good enough, so I'll just remove the filter and make it black. Yeah, this looks a little bit better, but I still don't like it enough. So what I'm going to do is just clear all, and I'm going to navigate through all the options and select this one that looks rather cool. I'm going to change this to Jose Rosado. Let's see, this could be web designer, and this could be my website, www.rosa.do. Once I'm done, all I have to do is click this option right here and download the new Twitter header that I just designed in less than 5 minutes. Check this out. Let me open the image, and now I have a new Twitter header that I can upload to my website. That said, this doesn't look like a web designer's header. Why? Because there's a beach. There's no beaches in web design. What we have is computers. So what I'm going to do is change this image that I see here for one about a computer. Great, so I'm going to hit this option in the left navigation bar called Photos. And I'm going to search for computer. Now, bear in mind that some of these photos are not free. If I put my mouse on top of this one, you'll see that it says Pro. So avoid those one because you will not be able to use them unless you have a Pro account like I do. So what you could do is just filter through and choose the ones that are free. Great. Now we have a lot of free images that we can use for our Twitter header. Look at this one. This one looks rather cool. So I'm going to make it bigger. That doesn't work well. Let me grab it from this side. Okay, bigger. Let's make it a little bit bigger right here. Yep. Let's position it a little bit lower. It looks better like that. And I'm going to right click on top of it and send to the back. Let me click once again, and there we have it. Then all I have to do is select the text, change the color. Let's see this one, and this one for this one, and the middle one to, let's see, yeah, that one. What about this line that I see here? I can also change it to a different color. Maybe the same red. Good enough. So once you're done, click here, download it, and that's all you have to do. That said, if you want to create multiple, let's say, iterations of the same header or a new header, you click the Add New Page button, you go back to your templates, and you select one of the other free templates that you see over here. Here we can change this to Jose Rosado once again, and add my domain name right below. And let's see what else we could do. I don't like this, it looks really ugly. So I'm going to change the color. Let's select this one. Wow, man, that is horrible. That is really, really ugly. So let's just make it white to make it less ugly. And this one, let's make it, yeah, like that. And what about the text? Like this. It's not good enough. So I'll just delete it like this and add a new page template and find something that is actually appealing to my eye. It's actually good. It looks good. It makes me feel good. It looks aesthetic. This is not aesthetic enough, so I'll just change this to this color and this one to this color and this one to, let's see, this color maybe. Nah, doesn't look quite nice. There we go. Now it looks better, right? So the same thing you're going to do with your own design. Find something that you like. Start moving things around, which you can. Tinker with the colors to find a color that appeals to your eyes, that looks good. And finally, change the text and download the Twitter header. Then proceed to upload it to your Twitter account and hit the publish button, and you're set to go. You're done, right? So now let's talk about step 4, adding your links. So my suggestion is to go to linktree.com, then add the links to your different products, services, or whatever you want into Linktree, and finally include the Linktree link in your profile. That way, when someone hops into your profile, they see that Linktree link and they can see everything that you offer, from your consultation calls, courses, services, and whatnot. Finally, I want you to start taking action. Really, go ahead, start taking action. Write your bio using the formulas I provided to you. Design your headers using Canva, which is free. And edit your bio by adding your name, your biography, the Linktree link, and your photo, your profiles, and everything we talked about in this crash course on how to create a better profile for your Twitter account. My name is Jose Rosado, and thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really excited for you, and I want you to do one last thing before you start taking action. Follow me on Twitter at joserosado.com and subscribe to my newsletter. Just go to www.rosa.do and add your name, email address, and click the join button and start getting some of my free emails that I believe you'll enjoy. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.